Good afternoon once again. I want to welcome you back to PD 5205 for the Module 2. But before we go into Module 2, the title for that module is what we all know, that when we are during the undergraduate days, they are the set of people that we dread so much on campus. We don't have to have anything to do with them. We don't want to be their friends. We don't want to mingle with them. The topic for this module is cultism. And Unit 1 of this module is the definition of cultism. What is cultism? Cultism is a system of practice of a cult. Cultism can also be defined as the practice of activities that are associated with secret cults. Secret cults are organizations whose membership and modes of operation are considered to be unconventional and known to members only. Secret cult members pledge their allegiance to the cults, devoting themselves under oath to support and carry out all the activities in the group. That is the oath of which they have taken, without objectives. Cultists usually share the common ideas and cause. They are known to the public, and some true intention of the cult leaders are not even known to members, because in some cases the leader will have something in mind of which he or she will not tell the members. It's known to him alone or her. So these sets of people, they carry out their meetings when people are not aware, and this meeting usually holds at midnight, not even in their residence. This meeting holds in the bush, of which people are not aware of. They are secret cults, and if you are not among them, you can't know what they are doing there. Now let's look at the history of cultism in Nigeria in particular. The history of cultism can be traced back to 1952, when the Nobel Laureate Prize winner, that is our Professor Oluwole Akinwande, Soyinka, and 6 others came together to form the Pirate Confraternity, also known as the Sea Dogs. At that time, the various schools of thought are developed surrounding the actual aim of the objective of the founding of that cult group. The pioneer members, they have their platform of which they feel they want to fight for the rights of human beings. They fight for human rights and justice. And this group is void of evil. They don't do evil there. They are peace. They fight for human rights, and no more, no less. But after some years, other group cults, they emerged, such as the Black Axe, the Jezebel Daughters, Black Eyes, Black Berets, Black Bra, Supreme Eye, Buccaneers, Pink Ladies, among others. I believe you all know what I am talking about. When we are still undergraduates, there are some of them that are even our friends, that we don't even know them. When I was during my undergraduate, I don't know, I was living with a cult guy. And the day he showed himself to me, in fact, I was so scared that I feel that, how come this guy is in cult? And he traveled home one time and he came back and he bought Christian disc for me. And I was looking, how can he be a member of the cult group? And I was so dreadful of him. I don't want to have anything to do with him. So this cult group, they share some common features. And these features include initiation. They all do initiation of new members. They all have ritual practices that they do or they perform. They have oaths of which they take. They have inscription of marks on their bodies. And they use sign symbols to greet themselves or to show something to themselves. And they also have colors. There are some that they put on black. There are some they put on yellow. These are the colors that we are talking about. Their activities is frequent violence, clash among their groups, which always lead to death in the end. So you see all sorts of things that they do in their cult group. You will see that we have different of them and the activities in which they carry out. These activities they carry out is no more than clashes and fighting, bullying of fellow classmates. They can even go as far as assassination of some people. You have casualties, constant abuse of drug, armed robbery, vandalization, forceful intimidation of lecturers, and even they practice examination malpractice as well. You will see that this cultism is so rampant in our schools all over the world, and it is known to be at the peak in our tertiary institutions, and it is no more news that it has expanded its territory to secondary schools, even to primary schools, and even artisans as we speak. So this social vice is really eating up the moral and educational standard of the country. As a matter of fact, innocent students are being lured into this act and all other social devices. Now, let's go to the next unit, and that is, what are the causes of cultism? The causes of cultism in Nigeria are different factors, and the most common ones are: 1, quest for power or social identity. 2, poor parental training. We can say yes, we can say no. There are some that the parents have tried all their best to train them accordingly, but when they get to school, peer influence will be their problem. Peer influence or peer pressure, that is number 3. Revenge, when they are lonely, loneliness. Search for protection, wealth, low self-esteem. All these are the causes of cultism in our own Nigeria. So let's go to the next unit, that is the characteristics of cultism. Cultism is a spiritual and religious practice. That is one characteristic. The second one is cultism is practiced by a group of individuals. It is a secret practice. The next one, cultism policies are unknown to the general public. Next, cultism changes the value of the people. Cultism has effects on life of an individual. The next unit. What are the consequences of cultism? The consequences of cultism. In Nigeria as a nation, it has greatly suffered the negative effect of cultism. And these consequences are in 2 ways. And these are: 1, it has consequences on the society. It also has consequences on the individual. So let's look at it one after the other. Firstly, on the society. The consequences of cultism on the society is: 1, loss of innocent life during violent clashes. 2, destruction of valuable properties. You will agree with me that in this cause, they usually have ways of destroying things. And the third one, increase in crime rates, which has bring about increase in crime rate because cultism, the cultists, they engage in all sorts of crime such as raping, murdering, kidnapping, armed robbery, and so on and so forth. And this makes the society unsafe for living. Another consequence under the society is bad image. The cultist activities give the society a bad image, especially if there are frequent clashes in that society as a result of their violence. There is also fall in education standard as a result of frequent closure of schools and destruction of valuable properties of the school, of which they have to go home, and the school will be shut. It may be 4 months, it can be a year, and this will result to fall of education standard. So what are the consequences to an individual? It can lead to death, thuggery, high increase in dropouts, theft, and robbery. The last unit, eradication strategy. How can we go about it? Eradication strategies to cultism. If not tackled, it will continue to eat down into every society with more effect on individual, families, schools, religious settings, and the society at large. What are the suggested solutions to cultism? 1. There should be public enlightenment or public campaign against cultism. There should be discipline. As the saying says, charity begins at home. So if parents enforce discipline in their wards, they inculcate good morals and values, it will reduce to a controllable manner. The government themselves should set standard. And when they set this standard, if anybody is caught as a cultist, if you are caught, there should be a discipline. And that will serve as deterrent to others. So in summary, in this module, we have been able to discuss the definition of cultism, the history of cultism in Nigeria, the causes, the consequences, the eradication strategies. So, we shall meet at the next class for the next module. Enjoy your beautiful day and God bless.